The Ford F-150 ninth Gen is that stubborn workhorse your granddad bragged about, the one built before pickups started worrying about being too posh. Think 1992 to 1996, the years just before luxury started creeping into the vocabulary of truck buyers. What's wild is how boxy it all looks, like a kid drew a truck and Ford just said, "Yep, let's build that." No fancy aero lines, just straight angles, and the kind of upright stance that dares you to load it up with actual work. You'll see a lot of these with mismatched panels and farmer mods, the result of an almost bulletproof platform. Over 900,000 were sold in 1994 alone. That tells you a lot about what people wanted. Reliability, not cup holders that heat your latte. Pain point number 1. Rust. These things are basically rust, with an engine after a couple of salty winters. Rear wheel arches and cab corners just disintegrate, especially in the northwest rain. Believe me, I've seen plenty around Portland with more holes than metal. Anytime someone complains about modern trucks being too complicated to work on, I feel obliged to point at the ninth Gen's engine bay. It's giant. You could lose your tools in there, but that's also the point. DIY repairs are stupidly easy compared to today's compact engine layouts. If you want that truck-for-life feeling, go for the 300 inline-six engine. It's legendary. These things hit 300,000 miles with nothing but oil changes and bad decisions. V8s were nice if you liked gas stations, but the inline-six was the king of practical. Fuel economy was never in the brochure. City driving? Maybe 12-14 mpg on a good day. Highway? 16 if you were lucky and didn't drive like you were hauling cattle across Montana. These trucks weren't built for the era of $5 gas. Just accept it. Interior? Basic doesn't begin to describe it. Vinyl bench seats, a dashboard that looks like a filing cabinet, and HVAC controls, you could operate even with frostbitten fingers. The upside? When something did break, you could usually just smack it back into place. If you're hunting for one today, pro tip: skip anything that spent life as a snowplow. That front end gets cooked. Frame cracks, ball joints, the whole deal. Look for a simple work truck with clear history and as little rust as you can find. There's an almost cult following for the 4x4 models. Twin traction beam front suspension means the ride feels like vintage farm equipment, but with mountain goat capability. If you want smooth, look elsewhere. If you want to crawl up a muddy trail, you're golden. Parts are still everywhere, which is weirdly comforting. Rock Auto, junkyards, Facebook Marketplace, you're covered. And aftermarket support is wild, so if you want to lift it, slam it, or make it look like Bigfoot, you can find every part you need. End of the day, the F-150 ninth Gen is a cockroach in the post-apocalypse of modern trucks. Easy to fix, laughs at abuse, and still running around decades later. Driving one is as close as it gets to time travel, but with more exhaust smell and road noise.